Hello, so I have fallen behind on filming, so I'm going to give a quick overview of the first 5 books I read this year because I read them all like from March 1st to March 17th and just have not filmed anything. It's the 24th now, so we're not getting my first thoughts, but I just wanted to put them in here. So the first book I read in March was Laura Dean Keeps Breaking Up With Me, and it was very different than I thought because I had never read the back. I thought it was a story of a lesbian who keeps breaking up with her boyfriend because she's a lesbian, but she doesn't know how to tell him because I was going off the cover. But no, it's just a butch. Is that the word? Like a short-haired lesbian dating a long-haired lesbian. And I just got confused because I don't know why, but I'd never read the back. That one was okay. I wasn't, like, I'm not saying that because, it wasn't what I expected. It was good for what it was. I just don't know how to read comics or graphic novels at a pace that doesn't make it feel like I only spent 2 minutes reading them, you know? I think it took me like 10 minutes to read that book. So, and I even went like back to look at some drawings and stuff. But I don't know. If anyone has any tips on, my thumb is in screen. If anyone has any tips on how to read a graphic novel and to not feel like you just zipped through it without paying attention, let me know. Because, like, I read it. I looked at the photos. But I'm just a fast reader, so I read those a bit faster, I guess. I don't know. But I liked it. If you like queer graphic novels, I would suggest that one. It was cute. Not in like a, oh my god, the relationship is cute, but like the art style was cute. There were like stuffed animals who had funny little one-liners. And it was a good story for like a toxic relationship. The next book I finished was my book club book for February, Payback's a Witch. I'm not going to say much about that because you can find the review on the Book Buddies YouTube channel. Except I will say I think this book should have been young adult and have no romance, and it would have been perfect, but alas, it wasn't like an adult romance, so it sucked. Next book I read was Icebreakers by I cannot say that name. I'm so sorry. A-L... Oh, I'm so sorry. I can't say names. I'm so sorry. It's a queer hockey young adult romance. New adult? Young adult? I'm not sure. I can't remember. That one was okay. I didn't really care for the romance because it was enemies to lovers, and I have yet to find a good enemies to lovers, I think. I don't think I've ever really read one that I care for, and that one, unfortunately, I did not care about because they're never enemies for long. Like in Red, White, and Royal Blue, like, you know, they're enemies and then they want to fuck each other in like 2 pages. I don't buy it, you know? I didn't buy it in this one either. Like, they hated each other and then the 2 characters were like, we could fuck. Maybe we don't hate each other. By like 20% in, the main character, whose name I forget, was like, I'm kind of attracted to the guy I hate. It was just, I don't like it. So if you have a enemies to lovers you think is good that is not the hating game, because I refuse to read that one, let me know. And then I read a book called The Land of Stories, The Wishing Spell. That one was fun. I just wanted a kind of cheesy middle grade fantasy. The book delivered. The ending got a bit muddled. So it was okay. Like, it was doing well until the end, and then it was like, ooh, they're setting up for more books, but it's all happening very fast. And then I read The Poppy War, and it's the second time I've read it. Both times, actually, I believe I was in Los Angeles when I read it, so that's funny. I'm currently reading the second book, but I don't think I'm going to be done it this month. But yeah, I finished the first book. Very dark, but wow, it's very good. I love that book. I definitely picked up a lot faster this time, since I guess I was rereading it, because I'm not used to reading fantasy. And yeah, I lent it to my dad. Hopefully he likes it and reads it slow enough that I can finish the other two before he needs them. Hello. I just finished the Everest Trilogy by Corman, and I'm reviewing each book in this one section because the books kind of fit together to form a 3-act structure within, like, each individual, like, each book is a different part of the 3-act structure, so I'm just going to review them all as one. The first book was my least favorite because not much happened. It was a bunch of kids, or teens, I mean, training to try and get a spot on a trip to Everest, like the mountain, Mount Everest. It's fucking terrifying. What? There's like a 13-year-old there who's like, I'm gonna go climb Everest. Like, excuse me? No. So the first book is kind of, there's a bunch of characters. I did not remember who anyone was, except for, like, this one kid, Dominic, because he kind of had more of his own perspective. So I didn't really care for that story. It was okay. It was just a bunch of teens climbing things to get ready to climb Everest and being like, I'm such a good climber, like, this is so lame. Book 2 got more exciting because they're on their way to Everest and kind of getting used to, like, the altitude and stuff, so that was a lot more intriguing to me. My toxic trait is I definitely was reading that thinking, yeah, I can go climb a mountain right now, maybe not Everest, but a mountain. Oh. No. So that one was more entertaining. There was one of those, like, typical middle grade bully characters who wasn't as evil as they usually are. You know, when, like, oh, well, the adults vanished, so now I'm just gonna try and kill people. Well, okay, he does try to kill someone in the last book, but it's not like he was doing it just to, like, be mean, you know? I'll explain that better in a second. But, so the kids are, like, getting used to just climbing up and down Everest to get used to the altitude. There was a lot of, like, the world felt real. I don't know much about climbing mountains, let alone Everest, but I don't know, it felt intense. There was a part where the kids climbed the 4th largest mountain. Not sure. All by themselves without their guide to go rescue some people. I don't think that would be realistic. I think all of them would die. But, you know, it's fiction, so it happened. And then the last book was them getting to the summit, and so the one character, his name is Tilt, who tries to kill someone, doesn't intend to kill him. He takes this Dominic's, oxygen and, like, turns it all the way up, so he'll be forced to turn back and not be the youngest person ever to climb Everest. But Dominic doesn't turn back, he just keeps going. And so Tilt goes to look for him, and spoiler alert, Tilt dies. We knew someone was gonna die, because in the first book it opens with, like, oh, here we are at a funeral, but now we're gonna jump into the story. Which I remember, I read Gordon Corman's Titanic series, and I remember my favorite character died, so I guess that's just a thing. is him killing a character, but I'm not sure because I have not read any other books by Gordon Corman besides this. Like those 6. I want to read his Stranded on an Island series. I forget what it's called because I've been watching Survivor, and I know that Survivor is nothing like actually getting stranded on an island, but it just made me want to read a book set on an island, you know? But they're not on Libby, so I guess I won't. That's also why I'm not holding the books, because I read them on Libby. But yeah, book 3 was good. It was sad when Tilt died, because, like, there's this, it's just, like, a 14-year-old kid on fucking Mount Everest dying of hypothermia. It's terrifying. Like, people just do that on Everest. They just walk past dead bodies. Or dying bodies. Or living bodies that they can't help, and they are like, yeah, you're gonna, bye. Like, that must be so traumatic. How many people climb Everest and go straight to therapy? I just want to know. But, yeah. That's my review of those books. The writing was good. Especially, I don't know, I feel like middle grade is just always a lot darker than other things. Like, if you tried writing this for a young adult book, I feel like there'd be a little bit of an outrage. But it's middle grade. I don't know. That's a thing I want to, like, explore. Anyways, I do want to comment on this one Goodreads review I saw. This lady was like, I hate this book because there's so much climbing terminology, and I don't climb mountains. So I fucking hate this book because I don't understand these words. Girl, context clues. If I get them, you can get them. You're older than me. Use Google. And yeah, that's all I have to say. Hello, so it's officially April, and I did not finish my March book club pick. Because I'm too depressed. I don't want to read a book that I love when I feel like this. So, Laura Lamont should have been here. You'll see it in the next video. But yeah, I will be focused on reading next month's book after I finish Laura, because it is a lot bigger. I haven't read it before, so I can't, like, bullshit my way through a review. I thought I would just share this to show the reality of being a human. I don't know. It is a good book. I highly suggest it, but just was not feeling it, and I didn't want to force myself to read it, even though I really want to, you know? Sorry, it's like midnight. I took a bunch of sleepy help stuff so I can just get to sleep, and yeah. Anyways, I guess the next clip will be my little wrap-up, which I would film now, but I put my laptop away, and I used my laptop to look at the books I read in the month, so whoops. Anyways, here's that clip. Hello, you're probably wondering, Claire, what are we doing all the way down here? Well, I didn't want to set up anywhere else, and I didn't want to hold you and shake while I looked at my computer. So you're down there. Why do I always film at night? Anyways, so I read 8 books this month. Not my book club book, though. I promise that will change this month. I don't remember what order I read the books in, and for some reason Storygraph isn't putting them in order, but that's fine. I will start with the Everest Trilogy. Those books are okay. Definitely, simple writing for a middle grade series. The first book wasn't that exciting. The other 2 were, because they were actually on the mountain in them. I think I liked book 2 the most, I'd like to say, but book 2 and 3 were definitely better than book 1. I do want to read the Titanic series by Gordon Corman. Also, Gordon Corman fucking exists. Do you know how many times I have Googled that name trying to figure out who the fuck Gordon Corman is and nothing comes up? Because I cannot count how many times I've done that. So I don't know if I was spelling it wrong or what, but I was like, there was someone named Gordon Corman and I liked his books and I just could not find them, and I finally now know who Gordon Corman is, so give me a round of applause. I read The Wishing Spell. Oh my goodness. I started a couple series and didn't finish them this month. There was The Wishing Spell, Land of Stories series, and The Poppy War. The Poppy War I didn't finish because I got sick and I just could not focus on the words of book 2 while I was tired. Like, I would read at night and I would be tired from the sleepy medicine and the words would just like dance. So I am making my way through that one slowly because I need to take it in. You know, I think the first time I read The Poppy War, it took me like 2 months just because I'm not that used to fantasy yet. So I'm just taking it slow. And there's a lot of political talk. Man, I don't know what's happening. The Wishing Spell, I did not finish the other books because there's like 10 and I have to wait for them to be available at the library, and I just wasn't. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry for all the yawning. I was not quite in the mood to read a series of that length right now because I want to get through the Poppy War and a bunch of like single books before I start the Land of Stories. I might do like a Land of Stories book, a different book, a Land of Stories, a single, like, you know, kind of a pattern. So I just need to get myself sorted. I have like, how many books on the go right now? I think I have 6 that's being tracked on Goodreads. 7. I have 7. I want to get that down to 3 because those 3 books are the ones that I'm like slowly making my way through, like After Ever Happy, this book called The City in the City, which you will get a review about. Fuck, I hate that book. And The Way of Kings, which I was going to read with my boyfriend, and then one of us, I can't remember who, got distracted with something else, and since my copy is 1,200 pages, we have just not gone back yet. We both want to be ready for that one. I'm so sorry. Payback's a Witch. I read that for book club. Our review is not up yet because we've just not had a chance to film it. That book 100% should have been young adult, and it should not have been a romance. It sucked. This book was about witches, and the magic system sucked. There was hardly any character development. The problem was everyone was like, there's this guy who's known to, like, break hearts, like, bang him and leave him, and he banged and left all of us, and now we're offended, even though, like, we willingly dated him, knowing that that was his usual outcome. Like, I thought I would be different. Also, it's your fault I dated him, because you left town. And I felt like I was losing my best friend, so I had to fuck this player. It was stupid. Anyways, on my book club channel, The Book Buddies, run with my friend Casey, you will see that review sometime in April, along with our Laura Lamont review, because I will finish that book. It might not be the first book I finish this month, like it should be, but I will finish it. I read Icebreaker. I was not really impressed by that book. Again, I just have not read a good enemies to lovers before, and by 20% in, Mickey was his name. Sorry, I read this one at like the start of the month. Yeah. Mickey is already in love with Jason, even though they hate each other. So it felt cheap to me. I don't know. It's like, they're supposed to hate each other. You have to build up them liking each other before they're horny for each other, you know? Also, I just scratched myself with a nail that I don't have. So that hurt. Ow. Anyways, next was Laura Dean Keeps Breaking Up With Me. Again, I don't know how to read graphic novels, so I felt like I read that one too fast, but it was okay. I liked it. I would suggest it for people looking for queer graphic novels. It just was not what I thought it was, because I don't know, I guess I never read the back. I thought I did. I must be thinking of something else. I don't know. I made assumptions and they were wrong, but it didn't affect my reading of it. I just went, oh, where did I come up with that plot? You know? But yeah. I think that's all of them. Yes. So this month, I mean, I did good for how sick I was for that like week or whatever. I definitely need to focus on my book club books. Next month, or this month I guess, because it's the 1st, we are reading The Lighthouse Witches. And I will be honest, that was definitely a book I picked based off the cover. Do I know anything about it? No. I thought I did, and then I read the first little bit of text in the book and thought, that's really dark. That's not what I was expecting, so I'm very intrigued. But yeah, I might finish that one faster than I plan to, because I like to space those since we don't usually get to review them until the end of the month / the start of the next month due to Casey's schedule and possibly mine now that I might be getting a day job along with my screenwriting job. So we will see how my reading goes, but we're holding me accountable. I am for sure finishing Laura Lamont's Life in Pictures and The Lighthouse Witches this month. I am also going to finish A Season for Second Chances and 13 Reasons Why. And let's throw another one in just for fun. I will reread Dial A for Aunties, and I don't know why I'm setting a TBR because I am a mood reader. I shouldn't be doing this. I'm not going to read any of those now. No. For sure the first 2 though. We'll see what else I read, but yeah. I guess that's it. Thank you for the people who don't unsubscribe when I don't post after reviews. It's very nice of you guys. Because a lot of people just don't care unless it's after. And I promise the next vlog, the next month's vlog, will be a lot better and more oh, here's the book, I'm holding it. Unlike this one, just because I was in LA and I felt awkward filming. I don't really like filming in front of people if they're not involved. So I couldn't do it. So, but this month, don't worry, I'm just in my house. So I can escape to my bedroom and film here. I'd rather be in LA. But, oh well. Hopefully soon. But then I'll have to, run away and hide. Oh, I will try and read Hook, Line, and Sinker. Oh, it's holding my book up. My phone, I mean. It's holding my phone up. Because I really loved It Happened One Summer. And I am scared about this one, because I'm scared I'm not going to like it as much, but we'll see. We'll see. Anyways, keep your eye out. I have a book haul coming out. Because I went to LA. So I went to Barnes & Noble. And yeah, that will be out after this video at some point, so. Okay, thanks for letting me just talk. Have a good night, and make sure that books that you lent to people, just double check that they remember they have them. Okay? Okay, that's my advice. Goodbye.